right, everybody. Welcome to One Nation of Sports Locker Magazine Extra. I'm your host, Kirk DeMars, and thank you so much for joining us on the program tonight. I've got an outstanding young man that will be visiting with us, and just excited to be able to catch him on here. I know he's getting ready for finals, as well as a lot of other students, athletes right here in mid-Missouri. But we have Tyler Bax on tonight from the Blair Oaks Falcons, and he is fresh off of a state championship for the Blair Oaks football team. And what an outstanding job these young men did this year, as well as the past couple of years. We'll get into all of that. We'll talk about his article, which I'm going to go ahead and bring that up here for you to take a look at. And as you can see there, just some great pictures. The clouds, I mean, were absolutely awesome that day. Katie did a great job with the photography, and Tyler did an outstanding job with his interview. Just a great young man, and we're excited to be able to share his story with you tonight, as well as you getting a little bit extra. If for some reason you did not get the magazine, you can find that at Hy-Vee here in Jefferson City, also at Cal's Thriftway in California. And if you still can't find a print copy and you need one, just contact me and I'll make sure that you get one. Also, you can find this article as well as this issue of the magazine on our digital edition on sportslockermagazine.com. So lots of different places you can read Tyler's articles, as well as a lot of the other student athletes right here in mid-Missouri. All right, I'm looking forward to digging in. So let's go ahead and bring Tyler on right now. How you doing, Tyler?
Oh, I'm doing well.
Well,
Oh
good.
yeah, happy to be
Thanks.
on.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Congratulations on the state championship. I mean, wow, you guys did an outstanding job.
Well, thank
What
you.
was that?
I
What,
appreciate that.
what was that like?
No, it was a great time. A lot of memories with a lot of my good friends. So
Yeah,
good time with them.
very good. Uh, Also, you were in the November December issue of Sports Soccer. Talk about your article and what did you think about all that?
Yeah, I think it was amazing. I think they did a great job of just using my answers to make a great article like that. I like the photos they added. I think they did a good job. That was amazing.
Well, as my daughter would say, you made a great subject, so that makes her job easy. So, again, and you did an outstanding job. Lots of really good content. I want to ask a few more of those questions tonight so that people can hear a little bit extra on some of those. But what do you remember about the photo shoot? I know that you weren't able to get your equipment for football that particular day, but it ended up working out really, really well. Just kind of gave the article a different look. And but what do you remember about the photo shoot?
Yeah, that was completely all on me. I definitely should have planned ahead and got with my coaches and got the proper equipment, but the day came and I don't think I was quite ready. I had to run home in the middle of the school day, and luckily I had that jersey at my house already. I think
Yeah,
it was sitting in my closet somewhere because they had given that to me because it was all torn up in the previous game, the
yeah,
previous state game. So I got to hang on to that one, and it was good that I did because I could put it on for those pictures.
yeah. I thought it turned out really good, and again, it gave it a completely different look. And I mean, that's what I know. My daughter, the photographer, she really enjoyed about it. Thought it was something different, and it was good to go up. So it worked out great. You can just say you had it planned all along.
Oh yeah.
So, what did your family and friends think about your article? Anything? What were they saying about it?
Oh, they all thought it was extremely well written, and they liked the part about my family and everything. I think my mom only had one issue. She said that my belt was off centered, and but I think that's more my fault than anything. But they all loved it.
Okay. Say, Mom, that was the fashion. That was the fashion style for that day. It worked
Yeah,
out. You were
exactly.
making a statement. Oh, that's awesome. Anybody sign any autographs for anybody? Anybody, grandparents, anybody like that?
No, not yet. I know a lot of them picked him up, but I haven't signed any of them yet.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
tell them you're still available. I know you're a humble guy, but tell them it's still available. You just,
Well,
if they.
absolutely.
All right. Uh, in your article, you talked about how you learned that success can grow from some challenges, and you had some different challenges. Tell us about your injury that you first experienced in eighth grade, and how you navigated through that and got back to playing.
Yeah, I think in eighth grade I kind of had a back injury begin, and I think I missed the whole basketball season in eighth grade, and I just did about 6 months of physical therapy to try to fix the issue at hand. But then as I progressed through high school, it the pain kind of grew in my back, and the spinal vertebrae just kind of got more separated from the other surrounding vertebrae, and then leading into after my junior season, I checked up with the doctor, and they uh, they wanted a immediate spinal fusion.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
it's kind of a tough circumstance, but it's good to get through those things.
Yeah, you were talking about, I mean, just quite a bit of pain and dealing with that. And um, so, I mean, talk about how you were able to do that, after playing football. And I mean, you played through some pain, obviously, right?
Oh yeah, it was definitely a lot of pain, a lot of pain I can remember. Uh, yeah, I mean, there was nights where I'd wake up in the middle of the night, my back's just aching, but definitely a lot of pain. I kind of forget it because it seemed like it was so long ago, but I kind of see recent like videos of me from the past. I'm like, wow, I was definitely in a lot of pain back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you say it seems like so long ago. So, I mean, for you, it was really not that long ago. For
No.
somebody like me thinking back on, my junior year, that was a really long time ago.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
long time ago. You'll be able to take some, memories from that. And I know that working through an injury like that and just the hard work that you had to put in just to be able to get back in good physical condition and mobility and all the people that helped you get there. You'll remember that and you'll be able to take that on and actually apply that in other areas of your life too. I mean, have you seen that already?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when I think about the surgery, I think of a lot of my friends. They came to my house and they spent time with me, and that meant a lot to me at the time. So I just think of that whenever any of my friends are injured and go through surgery of that kind. I'm always checking up on them, and it's good to spend time with them.
Yeah. Uh, how long did that process really take for you to, I mean, from the time you had surgery until you were cleared to go ahead and start participating?
I think it was about 6 months. Yeah, about 6 months or so, and it was tough at the beginning. I mean, I was having to learn how to walk again, but then it was like once I could walk, I'd go to the YMCA. I'd walk a lap that day. Next day, I might walk 2 laps, and then give it a few weeks, and I'm walk a mile every day. But it
Hmm.
was a long process, that's for sure.
Did you find your competitive nature wanting to push yourself beyond what you were told to do?
Yeah, I definitely found a, yeah, definitely. I mean, I was just probably doing more than what I should have it sometimes. I'm not allowed to lift weights, but I kind of found little ways to get around that. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's a good thing to do, but I did some. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it worked out all right. You're doing good now, and
Oh yeah.
had an outstanding career. I wanted to tell real quick before we go on to the next question. Hey, those of you that are watching, thank you guys so much for joining us. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to go ahead and put those down in the comment section, and we'll make sure that we include them in on the program wherever we can. Um, we're excited about continuing with the interview tonight with Tyler, and just such a great story and uh, great young man, great student athlete, and just love to hear from you guys talking about him, building him up so he can come back and look at it if he's ever feeling down, and he can say, "Oh, those were some nice things that they said." So, um, okay, here's a question already from Carson Lubering. Kenneth and the boys want to know if we are still going out later.
Oh,
All right.
absolutely. Yeah, I like
Okay.
spending time with them.
There you go. There you go, Carson. We got it. There's your answer. Thank you. Talk about your highlights over your 4 years, your career, and let's start with basketball. Talk a little bit about that and the position that you played, and just what are some of the highlights from that?
Oh, basketball. I kind of play a big man. I'm a big man in the paint, but I definitely my teammates are pretty good around me, so I try to rely on them, get the ball in their hands. I'm more of a get the rebound kind of guy and pass it out to one of them. Defense and rebounding, that's what I do most.
That's needed. I mean, you
Oh
got to
yeah,
look at some of the. I mean, even guys that are going into the Hall of Fame in the NBA. I mean, some of those guys, their role was rebounding and playing defense. So that's an important
oh
spot.
yeah.
Um, Now, talk a little bit about what your goals are for basketball this year, and what are you trying to accomplish individually and as a team.
Oh, as a team, I think our goal is to go on to districts, uh, and the Final Four is the main goal. If we can get to the Final Four, that's a great spot for us. But individually, I'm just gonna try to help the team around me best I can, push them in practice, be the best scout team guy I can be. I know I didn't even play at all last year. I think I got in for one game before I had my back surgery, but I'm coming off of that. I'm not the best all around basketball player, but I'll be there for my teammates and
Absolutely.
just helping the best I can.
Very good. All right, let's go ahead and talk about football and just kind of go through your 4 years. Start with your freshman year and just kind of the role you had. When did you get on varsity? Just those types of things.
Absolutely. As a freshman, I was on the JV team, and I'd get into the varsity games for just a few minutes if we're winning by a lot. I get a few drives in, but I think my freshman year state championship game, I did get in for one play, and I fumbled the snap. So definitely a lot of growth to be had from freshman to sophomore year.
Yeah, we can just put that one aside. It's
Yeah, yeah.
okay. But you got to play. That was the main thing. That was good.
Oh yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah. So then go ahead and on into your sophomore, junior, and senior year.
So as a sophomore, that was my first year coming to the varsity spot, and definitely a lot of pressure built up around that. With the community because we've been such a winning school, and I just remember those seniors. That was my sister's senior class, so I kind of knew a lot of those guys going into it, and they were great to me, helped me be the guy I am today. I mean, they were very nice, kind to me in practice, pushed me,
Hmm.
but that season didn't end the way we wanted it to. Lost in the semifinals,
Hmm.
had a chance, but that one ended a little bit too short.
You know, I know that obviously that would have been a disappointing thing, but I mean, you guys have had such success there. I mean, your freshman year state championship, your junior year state championship, your senior year state championship. I mean, you've been a part of three state championships. Not many people can say that. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, yeah, that is pretty nice. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
there's a lot that are not even able to say they got one. So congratulations. That's a great job.
Well, thank
I
you.
know you've got a great support as far as your coaches. We'll get into talking that about that here in just a little bit, and as well as all the different people that put into the program and what a great community have out there in Wardsville supporting the football team and all sports out there. Um, just an outstanding job with that and the administration, um, Clay Crouch, all those people that are involved in that. Just try to bring excellence. You guys do an outstanding job. It's a joy to watch and see you guys' accomplishments. But you can just tell it's a community thing, and it's pretty
Hmm.
amazing to see. So, well,
Absolutely.
talk about your junior year in that state championship. How was that different? I mean, obviously you had you had a class change. You were in class
Hmm.
three, and then you came to class two. Talk about the two different championships the last 2 years and what the difference was for you.
Oh, absolutely. Last year's game, Clash Three, that was a tough game. It was a movie esque ending, I guess you could say. We were down 14 points at half, and then we made a comeback in the second half to win it. And the defense played amazing the second half, shut them out the second half, and it was offense. We just did our thing, and it was awesome. That was a great time. Yeah.
You know, you had this year in the state tournament. You had, I mean, your first game was the close one. The rest of them were absolute blowouts, and that's a testament to you guys playing a well-rounded football game through all four quarters. Talk a little bit about that and how you guys built off of one another, the offense to the defense, defense to the offense.
Absolutely. One of the main goals for each game is start the game off with a stop and a touchdown, starting the game and start the second half. And I think whenever the defense will go out there and get a quick 3 and out or good field position or even a turnover times, it just gives the offense that kind of momentum to build off and to go get a touchdown for them.
Well, we got a question here from Dan Larson. He says, "Are you a Creamies guy or a Eldon's drive-in guy?" I don't even know
Yeah.
what that means.
They're talking about the drive-ins out in Eldon. There's
Okay.
this there's a place that I like called Creamies and
Yeah.
foot long chili dogs.
Okay. So,
That might
well,
be one
that's
of my
good.
friends messing with me.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think it's a good question. So, which one is it? What would you say?
Oh, it's Creamies, Creamies all
Okay.
the way.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you, Dan. It's awesome. Uh, why don't you talk about how, you know, we can get into a little bit individually, but your teammates, what did they mean to you? And I mean, like you were talking about upperclassmen, but what about the guys that you have come through with and finished out with this year?
Mhm.
What did they mean to you? And what kind of impact did you try to leave for the underclassmen that are following in behind you?
Yeah, I think that's what made this season so special is that I was playing the last season with guys that I had played with since fifth grade. I've been playing football with these people, and they're all my best friends. I see them everywhere I go, and playing that last season with them was just amazing. But for the underclassmen, I think they kind of see the tradition going on, who Blair Oaks, the winning mentality, and the kind of hard work it takes to get to that. Absolutely. Hmm.
Good. You you're very serious about your education too. So when we talk about you being a student athlete, I mean you're very serious about your education. Why don't you talk a little bit about that and why is that important to you?
Well, I mean, yeah, football can only take you so far in life. Education will be the next step. So when I go to college, I want to be able to strive for a job that I like, and education is the way to get there. So
Well, you talked about that a little bit about what you want to do. I mean, you mentioned that in your article. You're kind of looking at
mhm.
wanting to pursue a degree in construction management. What made you decide that that's an area that you would like to go into?
Well, I did construction over the summertime a few summers ago, and I thought it was great. It was a lot of fun, and I see my both my older brothers are in the construction field, but then I don't know if my back could handle construction for the rest of my life. So I kind of thought, well, if I can't do it, maybe I should manage it and keep some strain off my back and just be the smart
Right.
guy in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
That's that would be a wise decision. So,
Yeah,
um, and then plus, who knows? Maybe you get to manage your brothers. Who knows?
maybe we'll have a family business eventually.
Yeah, that would be cool. Why don't you go ahead and talk about some of the awards and recognition that you've received in academics and why those have meant, you know, so much to you in those?
Yeah, I think in academics, I was student of the year in my civics class, my American civics class, from Mr. Holtmeyer, and he was one of my favorite teachers. He taught us pretty well, but I definitely like civics. Government class. That was a good class. It was difficult, but it was fun.
You know, that's something that's pretty um, crucial to student athletes learning is you have those great teachers that are able to, I mean, they have a passion for what it is that they teach, and they're not just there punching in a clock. They're there to
Hmm.
help the students learn, and they make it fun while they're doing it. So that's good. Um, that's awesome, Mr. Holtmeyer. Great job. All
But
right, Tyler, you've flown through this first part. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. But first, Bennett will be creamy or Eldon drive-in. So we're gonna. This is the second one, Bennett. He is he is definitely a creamy guy.
Creamy's guy. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. All right, let's take a quick sponsor break, and we'll be back for the second half here in a moment. And again, thank you guys for coming on and giving the comments, and love to have you keep doing that. Any questions you have, we'd love to hear from you. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Services has been connecting employees with employers since 1977. Recently, CNS rebranded to CNS Employment Solutions to more clearly define their mission of serving the needs of applicants, employees, and businesses while remaining current and evolving with the changes in the workforce. One important thing has not changed. CNS Employment Solutions partners with a wide variety of employers, placing employees in jobs that match their skills and needs.
Say yes to CNS.
All right, CNS Employment Solutions, we appreciate everything that they do, and we have loved having them as part of not only the magazine, but helping us to establish and be a part of this program here. I don't know how many we're at. I think we're close to 300 of these Monday night interviews, and it's been absolutely an honor for me to be able to interview student athletes like Tyler and just get a little bit extra. We've got our YouTube channel that this is on as well, so you can feel free to go there if you know a family member that doesn't have Facebook and you want to share that with them, just so they can be able to hear from Tyler and get to know him a little bit better. Again, we appreciate CNS Employment Solutions. They also help people right here the most important thing they do is they help people right here in Mid-Missouri find jobs. They locate those employers that need to have positions filled, and they help those employers find qualified candidates. So, outstanding job there, as well as everything that they do in the community. Also, we have another sponsor is Big Whiskeys, and Big Whiskeys is our Coach of the Issue sponsor, just like Coach Mark Bridges from Fatima. They do a good job in helping us to be able to recognize Mid-Missouri coaches. And we're going to get into that here in just a moment with Tyler and talk about his coaches. But they put in so much time, so much effort, not only coaching, but teaching, mentoring, all the different things that they do. Spend a lot of time away from their families, a lot of extra hours. So we just really appreciate our Mid-Missouri coaches, and we appreciate Big Whiskeys helping us to be able to tell their stories. All right, we've been talking to Tyler Bax of Blair Oaks Falcons, and let's go ahead and get started with the second half of the interview. All right, Tyler, how you doing? Doing okay
I'm
so
doing
far?
well.
All right,
Absolutely.
good. Kimberly Ann Kliegel says, Tyler, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. So thank you, Kimberly, for joining us tonight. Again, if any of you guys have questions or any comments, feel free to put those in the comment section. Tyler, great transition going in and talking about coaches. Before we talk about your football coaches, why don't you go ahead and talk about basketball coaches and what they've meant to you and how they've helped you to become a better player and young man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My basketball coach, Nick Voss, he's my head coach. Uh, I think what he's taught me, not just on the basketball court, was just how to. He's always the most kind guy. He always has the most positive outlook on life. And I just remember after my surgery, he came to my house and he talked to me and my family, and he was just a extremely nice guy. Super respectful, family man. But yeah, he was definitely extremely nice guy. So definitely will
Very,
teach me to be a nicer guy myself.
very good. Well, it's good to have, people that are, good examples that you can follow. And,
Yeah.
we'll definitely get into that about your parents, but let's go ahead and move on into football, talk about your coaches and what have you appreciated about them.
Oh yeah, my coaches they've been a good time to be around for all my high school. Uh, Coach LePage pushed me, and you know, he he kind of molded me into be a better cute quarterback. He kind of put things in ways that I could understand. How to read a defense and a lot of film sessions with him definitely improved my abilities. And then Coach Hall on the defensive side, he's always keeping it fun, but he'll he'll work hard when it needs to be done. That's for sure. So they kind of just taught me hard work, and yeah.
Go ahead and tell everybody, just in case somebody's watching that doesn't know the different positions you play. So you play quarterback, and then any
Mhm.
other positions that you play.
For football, just the quarterback, and then uh, basketball, I'll be like a big man in the paint, power forward, center kind of guy.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I mean the quarterback definitely that's an important position, and as we saw last night with Patrick Mahomes, you know, torn ACL. That
Yeah,
can
it's
happen in
tough.
a moment. Yeah,
Hmm.
and it can be done. So it's important to. That's why they say it's important to protect your quarterback. So, um, talk a little bit about your fond memories of Coach LePage, his style, and what did you learn from him, football wise and outside of football.
Coach LePage, well, I spent the most time with Coach LePage, and he's taught me more things than I can like tell you right now. That's for sure. How to read a defense, progressions. He kind of just he put everything in ways that I could understand. Just kind of about how much of a numbers game football is, just counting numbers on the defensive side, seeing how they're all lined up pre-snap. And as a man, he kind of just taught me how to work hard and enjoy enjoy the progress and enjoy the process. That's what we like to do.
Absolutely, it makes a difference when you enjoy what you're doing. And again,
Mm-hmm.
I know that he's a man that has a passion for uh, coaching, a passion for coaching young men up, and he's done an outstanding job. I mean, there's been 6 state championships under his belt. I mean, wow,
Yeah.
that's
Oh, yeah.
that is amazing. And um, 3 out of the last 4 years, that's just an incredible thing. So, great man. We've really enjoyed having him right here in Mid Missouri. Before we go on to talking about the position that you play in quarterback and why you like that, Bennett does have a question. I had it down here a little bit later, but let's go ahead and ask that now. He says, "What are your interests outside of football?"
It's a good question. Good question. Uh, well, I like spending time with my friends. Bennett Wildy being one of them. Um, I like to lift weights in my free time. I've always kind of been a frequent gym guy. And then Pizza House. A lot of times in my free time, I'm working at Pizza House, making pizzas. But yeah, friends, lifting weights, and Pizza House. They just kind of take up a lot of my time.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and see what Carson has to say here. Again, that's kind of moving into another one, but he says, "What's been your favorite game in your career so far and why? Is there any more football in the future?"
Ooh, favorite game. Well, it's hard not to pick that the comeback win junior year, but then this last state championship was definitely a lot of fun. But I think the most fun game might have been the semifinal game this year in the mud against what was that team? I don't pay attention to the teams much, but that mud game in the
Yeah,
semifinals
yeah.
that was a blast. Just muddy and bad conditions, but that's what makes it the most fun.
You dream about that as a younger kid. I mean, being out there playing in the mud or in the snow or something
Exactly,
like that.
exactly.
But I will tell you, as you get closer to my age, you're just going to be thinking like, "Nah, the snow, I don't need it. That means work, shoveling, trying to get it out. You know, trying
Yeah,
to get out of the driveway. Yeah, all that kind of stuff." So, but that's you guys again. What an outstanding job you all did, and again in some adverse conditions. So well done. Thank you, Carson. Again, anybody else has any other comments or questions, feel free to do that. Tanya and Kevin Hagner say, "Great kid right there." So thank you guys for sharing that. We appreciate you being on here. All right. So why don't you talk about quarterback? Why did you enjoy playing that position, and when did you fall in love with it?
well, I began playing quarterback in the fourth grade junior Falcons. I played quarterback and middle linebacker, and at the time, I think I liked playing defense quite a bit more, just hitting people and tackling people. But I think I definitely fell in love with being a quarterback later in my high school years, probably sophomore years, because you kind of just you lead the offense, and that's a huge part of the game. Lead the offense, and whenever someone else scores, we all score, and that's just it's a great feeling.
Well, I know that you were able to adjust to whatever that you needed to do during the game. If you needed to throw the ball more, you threw the ball more. If you needed to run the ball more, you would run the ball more. Talk about that and just kind of the game plans that the coaches would put together, and how you guys were able to just execute that. I mean, execution is such an important part of the game. Talk about that and how you guys were able to make adjustments along the way.
Game plans, week to week, they'll change, and it'll definitely just be a week to week thing. But depending on the team we play, they might have less people in the box, more people in the box, and I guess I should explain what the box is. The box is just kind of like the from offensive tackle to the other offensive tackle, how many defenders are in that box. And if they keep a light box with less people, we'll be running the ball with Hayden Lackman. And if it's a heavy box, it's a lot more throwing outside, and just take what the defense gives you.
Absolutely. Um, Thank you for explaining that, because that's again, that's what helps dictate kind of what you're going to do as far as your game plan,
Mm-hmm.
and again, depends on the strength of the defense, what they're doing, and again, you have great coaches being able to help you to do that. So, was there were there many times when you had to do check downs, or did you pretty much just run the play that they sent in?
Absolutely, a lot of checks. I think going into the season, it increased. I would just the first play of the game usually is go up there, see what they're in, and then I'm calling the play myself
Hmm.
from a few plays that we've kind of put in throughout the week, and I'll just depending on how the D line set up and what the box is looking like, I'll choose the play and we'll run it from there.
Yeah. Talk about the trust that you had for your offensive line and your receivers and your backs.
Oh well, I'll start off with Hayden Lackman and Brady Dapkus. Those guys, they're just athletic and big and strong, and I've been playing with them. Well, I've been playing with Hayden since fifth grade, and Brady Dapkus moved in, and he's fast, and I like being around the guy. Both of them, they're both just super athletic, so I always trust them completely. And then wide receivers for this past year, I had Brendan Hackers, who's a guy I'd played with already before that as well. And I always trust the ball in his hands. Brody Rodman, who's a great friend of mine. And then on the offensive line, you got, actually tight end Cooper Peters as well. I played with his older brother, but ton of chemistry between all those guys, playing with them forever. Offensive line, a lot of new guys, but a lot of guys that I already knew. I'd seen them work in practice, and I know that they can do it. But full trust and belief in them, and they did great.
Yeah.
Couldn't absolutely.
Awesome. Um, Talk about your camaraderie with them outside of football. What was that like? I mean, obviously you guys are going to go out afterwards, so they're like, "Hurry up, we got to go. We got things to do." But talk about that.
Yeah, me and the football guys, they're all just my best friends. So anytime we're hanging out, it's with the football guys and a few other guys that don't play football, but everyone's pretty much best friends, and we all get along super well.
All right, we got a comment from Mandy Lubering, one of the best quarterbacks with amazing moves on the field. By the way, your hair looks nice. Thank you, Mandy. I appreciate that. We obviously know who she's talking about. Thank you. Um, so, you know, again, I know that you have a lot of humility, but why don't you talk a little bit about the different awards that you've received in recognition through football?
Well, through football, I am two-time Offensive Player of the Year, one in Class 3, one in Class 2. Uh, Twice I was first team All State, then once I was second team All State. But yeah, I think that's about it.
Yep. Well, well deserved. You're a hard worker, and just being able to get out there and be coachable. I know that that's one thing that you were coachable, and I know Coach LePage and your other coaches would definitely reiterate that. So well done there. Some other people that play an important part in your life has been your teachers and your administration. How did they help to challenge you to be better?
Oh, well, they all, well, the grading system, I guess, will challenge me to get better. You got to try to make good grades, and some teachers are more difficult than others. So you got to pretty work hard in those classes, study, do the assignments, and then the administration. They've kind of built up a legacy and a tradition of just winning and being the best. So yeah, you got to try to live up to that legacy the best you can.
Well, that is absolutely true, and I'm telling you, we're getting some absolutely great questions from those that are watching tonight. I want to go ahead and share this one here real quick from Candace Allen, and she says, "As a senior player leaving such a successful football program, what advice would you give to the underclassmen who aspire to have the same success in their high school football careers?"
Well, I would say I don't think I wouldn't measure success in the amount of wins, the amount of state championships. I think it's all about creating memories with your friends, and of course, winning creates a lot of memories. But you got to enjoy the process and enjoy being the enjoy the opportunity to go play football. It doesn't last forever, so just enjoy the time that you have and spend it the best way you can.
Great answer. And thank you, Candace, for asking that. That was very good. Um, in your article, you talked about your family. Why don't you tell us first about your parents and how they've been good examples for you? What do you appreciate about them?
Oh, my parents, well, they were quite role models for me. My dad, well, he's just a extremely selfless guy. He's always putting the family first, putting others above him. And then my mom, she's always just kind to everybody, kindest to those that seem like outcasts, I guess you could say. And I guess I try to mold myself to be like them, but they're amazing to me.
What characteristic would you say you picked up from your mom, and what characteristic from your dad?
Well, my dad just trying to be selfless, put others above me. And then my mom is she's great at talking to people and being nice to them. So I try to leave a positive impact at those I meet.
Okay, very good. Bennett has another question, but Bennett, I'm going to save that uh, after we get done with the actual main part of the interview. We've got a little speed round. That'll be a great question for that, so I will use that then. All right, so we have Coach Scott Blake. Love to see him on here from Jefferson City. He's getting ready to move on as a coach from JC. Great coach, been in mid-Missouri for quite a while. We're going to miss him being around here, but he says, as always, a quality interview. Thank you, Scott. We appreciate that. So, you also talked about your siblings. Let's go ahead and talk about them and how your youngest, how did they help shape you into who you are today?
Well, I pretty much all of my childhood was spent just being with my siblings and doing activities that they came up with. I just remember going to the woods behind my house and, playing games with them in the woods and, playing wiffle ball, playing pickup basketball. And I think since they were all older than me, I tried to how to keep up with them. And I think having to keep up with them all the time kind of made me a better athlete, I guess. But yeah.
Well, good. Well, you were talking about games that they would come up with and like take you out in the woods. I'm thinking that could have gone very wrong.
Yeah, I guess we would just build a lot of stuff in the woods and
Yeah.
explore the creek. Yeah,
Yeah.
just usual.
Say, Tyler, we're playing hide and seek. Go hide, and then they go into the house for lunch or something. That wouldn't be cool. All right. So what would you say that you appreciate about each of your siblings? What each one of them, kind of go through and just give us something that you appreciate about them individually.
Well, my oldest brother, Parker Bax, he's quite outgoing and he has a lot of confidence and he's just his own self. So I think just being myself. That's kind of what he teaches me. Just be your own self. And then Christian Bax, the second oldest, he's a soft spoken kind of guy. He works extremely hard and you know he's a great guy, just super respectful. That's what I think of him. And then Autumn Bax, my sister, she's a little bit older than me. She was just always super athletic and competitive, and I get a lot of my competitive spirit from her, I think. But yeah, each one of them definitely shapes me into who I am.
Yeah, we had her in the magazine as well, and
Hmm.
she a very neat young lady. And um, I think this is the question that everybody will want to know is, how competitive is it in your household amongst, siblings and family? I mean, what's it like over Thanksgiving and Christmas when you all get together?
Not as competitive as it once was. That's for sure. I mean, we're not still competing like we used to, but back then it was a lot of uh, a lot of good times, a lot of games we would play. But yeah, it's not so competitive now. It's more just enjoying the time around each other.
That's great. That's great. So when I first got married to my wife, and this has been like 40 years ago, um, we would go to different family um, Christmases, and so on her side of the family, her dad's side, we would go and we would play basketball. And it was in Windsor, Missouri, and so I, you know, I was pretty athletic, could jump pretty high, could do all these different things. But here I am playing basketball with her uncles, cousins, her dad, and I did not understand what Ballinger ball was. And apparently, it's anything goes. Like they can hold your shorts, and so you don't jump. They're wearing cowboy boots, and you're playing in a barn that has rafters over the top. So I mean, it's just like, what? Where am I? What is this?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, after a while, I tried to get them. Let's move it outside. Let's go outside where that's a better environment anyway. So yeah, just make memories with all of that, and sounds like you have a very close family, and um, you've done a great job. I know your mom and dad have done an outstanding job with you guys. All right. Well, you've done a great job. We've gotten to the end of the regular part of the interview. So let's go ahead and do a couple quick questions. And let's go ahead and start with Bennett's question. What is your favorite pregame song?
Favorite pregame song? Well, I like to stay pretty calm before the games. I don't get too hyped up before the games. I like listening to Jack Johnson. He makes the Curious George theme songs. I think that's one of the songs in the mix.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very good. Can you name Bennett's favorite song? Do you happen to know that?
Bennett's favorite song. He's definitely he might be a Pop Smoke, Chief Keef kind of guy. He's one of those. I'd say probably some Chief Keef if I could
All right.
guess.
All right. Um, let's see. Do you have any superstitions?
Superstitions. Um, I don't think so. I mean, not too much. I just maybe a little bit of pre-workout before the game. That's what I do before every game. But
Okay.
that'd be about it.
All right. Yeah. See, Bennett's asking this again. So, I mean, this guy. He could have been doing the interview.
Yeah,
He's done a great job.
it could have been.
Yeah. What's your favorite go-to snack or meal after you're done with a football or a basketball game?
Go to snack. Oh, probably a banana. I like a banana after the game. I guess once it's like time for an actual meal, a lot of the guys will go out to Applebee's or something and eat eat some wings or something like that.
All right. That sounds good. Favorite ice cream?
Mhm. Ice cream. Oh, I'll probably just vanilla.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, I guess just vanilla.
All right. Julie Bax Gwynn wants to know, is there coaching in your future?
Maybe. I mean, I'll definitely keep all opportunities open. Maybe with my kids, I'll do the junior Falcons like they did
Yeah.
with something like that. Definitely.
Okay. Very cool. Carson has a question, and um, so do you believe in the moon landing? I'm just throwing out there what they're
Yeah,
putting up.
yeah. I think he's asking that because he knows the answer. I don't believe in the moon landing. No,
Okay. All right.
not the moon landing. A lot of my family. That's a no go on the moon landing for my
Okay.
family.
There you go.
But
Um, what would you say? If you could go anywhere in the world, where would that be and why?
ooh, I don't know if I'd want to go too far. I kind of like it here in mid Missouri, but I like to check out the Grand Canyon eventually.
Yeah,
You know, heard that's nice. So like
yeah,
to see that once.
very cool. And if you're around that
Yeah.
area, my cousins lived in Page, Arizona, and it was
Mhm.
not too far from there. We were able to go to the Grand Canyon when I was in sixth grade, I think. But then
Mhm.
also up in Page, it was on a mesa, and it was like 1,000 feet elevation. And up in the middle of that mesa, there was Lake Powell. It was like the most crystal clear lake I had ever seen. You could see off out. I mean, as it dropped off into the deep, you could see where it actually dropped off into the deep. It
Mhm.
was pretty cool. And then the Hoover Dams around that area, so a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
really good stuff to see around there. So okay, so here's probably the most important question of the evening, and maybe Mom will jump in and verify this. But what is your least favorite chore to do around the house and why?
Least favorite. Oh, I think we used to have a chore list back in when I was in middle school and elementary school, but I'd say vacuuming the floor because I don't like doing that. I don't like having to get out the vacuum, bring it downstairs and vacuum, then bring it all the way back up. Yeah, I'd say probably vacuuming.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, the number one answer is doing dishes, but so that one was a unique
dishes.
one. Vacuuming. That was good. So
Yeah,
all right. Well, Tyler, you've done outstanding. Let's see. Okay, this one, we've got two more here. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, we've got a comment. It's from Bob Brown. Great leader since middle school, just got better with age and experience. Thank you for that, Bob. Appreciate that. And then here's the other question, which, obviously this is, I think, kind of suggestive. From Andrea Agan Kerperin. Who is your favorite cousin?
oh, my favorite cousin. That's tough.
That's loaded right there. It's loaded.
I might have to go with Andrea Egan. Yeah,
Okay, there you go.
just
All
because.
right.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
think
one.
I think that should involve some type of a Christmas gift or some type of a you know vanilla ice cream or that chili dog from Creamies. Whatever
Chili dog
whatever
from
it is.
creamies. That'll do me. That'll
All
be
right.
it.
All right. Hey, you've done an outstanding job, Tyler. Thank you for coming on. But I want to give you the one last word. Is there any additional shout outs or anything that you want to finish out the program with?
Any additional shout outs? No, I don't think so. I think I'm good with what I
Okay.
have said.
Well, you've done an outstanding job. And Andrea says, I knew it. So there you
Yeah.
go. All
Oh
right.
yeah.
Well, if you will hold on till after I close out the program, I'll just visit with you quickly. But thank you so much for coming on tonight. You've done an outstanding job, and we appreciate you just taking your time. And congratulations again on your state championship. So,
Well, thank you. I
all
appreciate
right.
that.
Okay. I'll see you here in just a moment. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. And thank you guys for all of your great comments and your questions, and really made it a fun program. And just really enjoyed your participation. And again, if you haven't seen his article yet, Tyler's article in Sports Locker, the November December issue, you can find that on sportslockermagazine.com, the digital edition, or you can get copies, printed copies at Hy-Vee in Jefferson City, as well as Cal's Thriftway in California. All right. Again, thanks so much for joining us. Tyler did an outstanding job. I will have this shared on YouTube here in just a little bit too. And thank you guys. And if I don't see any of you on the program from here, let's go ahead and say Merry Christmas ahead of time. And I hope you guys have a Happy New Year. All right. Until next time, I'm your host, Kirk DeMars on One Nation, a Sports Locker Magazine Extra. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.